Hey, for you lot complaining about you don't know what to do on dates, on first dates with your babes. Listen, or with your man. Listen, we've got the solution for you.
We've been sent a very special book by our friends at Double Tide Publishing. I'm just going to read the extract quickly. So we got 108 easy fun dates, 37 free and plenty low cost dates. You don't have to break the bank to have fun together. Pages to write about each date, rate it and stick memories in the book. A simple way to turn your just another night into something a bit more meaningful. So how do you use the book? Pick a date, go on the date, take pictures, write about the date and rate it out of 5. Stick your pictures in the book, make memories for a lifetime. And you can find it on Amazon or TikTok shop by searching 108 memorable dates.
That's a gone to the date.
Just,
But listen, so for all of you lot that are complaining about who pays first, listen.
just open it up. Show
You need to look into this one
108
still.
Simple, nice and easy dates. Can you see that? Look, focusing. Oh, it's too bright. But look, homemade
No,
pizza.
fam, why you shit, fam? Ooh, like,
Come on,
bro, stop showing them the something, bro. They
Yeah,
need to buy it,
you
bro.
need to buy it, bro.
They need to buy it, bro.
You get me?
You get me?
Yeah,
You lot
me.
lock in, man. Lock in,
Fam,
lock
they
in.
ain't gonna send you something else to the family.
I'm just gonna edit this out.
Man, I'm not on this therapy stuff, bro.
What? Where'd that come from, mate?
Can't lie, man. I clocked it, man.
You clock what?
I feel like I started losing myself a little bit. Started going, yeah, man, like da 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 and all that kind of stuff. But do you know what it is? Yeah, I don't get it twisted. It's not like a never thing, innit? I never say never, innit? But it's not like I'm not like I don't know how to explain it to you lot, bro. I do know how to explain it, and I'll get into it. I just want to organize my thoughts in it, but I feel like it does, especially in like the early, however long, I don't know what period of time to mention, yeah. I feel like it does more damage than good, innit? Do you know what it is?
Why?
As
saw
in
a
therapy itself.
Yeah.
Why?
So I think a lot of the time, and speaking to therapists, innit, and talking about what they're trained to do and that, yeah.
So you know, I just thought, right, on Twitter, a lot of the time people will be like, oh, my therapist told me, boom, boom, boom. People be like, bro, you got to sack that guy.
Yeah,
Bro,
bro, supposed to tell you anything.
Aye. No.
You
But
got
can I tell you something? Can I tell you something?
That's
But that's more time, like.
But you know what it is?
Do you know
though?
what it is? Let's.
No. You know what? I'll let you land here. But you know what? I don't know whether we need like a higher
Actual
threshold.
therapist.
No, a higher threshold for who can be a therapist. Yeah.
Okay.
And to be fair, we've got some brethren we can bring on so we can have these conversations.
Yeah. Of course, yes.
But
Yeah, and we
I
should.
do feel-
And we should do that.
I do feel, that I don't know how easy it is to, because I think it's quite easy to self-proclaim. I think it's quite easy to do like online courses. There's some people who study.
Yeah.
Psychotherapy. Like they go do
They go
masters
through,
and all
they'll tell you, do you get me? That, like, okay, these are the different
that.
steps.
These are the
go
accreditations
through-
that I have and stuff like that. As well.
They go through real training, but I think there's others who, there's like online accreditations. Do you get
Yeah.
me? There's others that are like, and then I'm not talking down on these things, but there's others that's like Saturday schools. I'm just assuming.
Why are you smiling when you're saying it though?
No, because you know, like in every field, yeah, there's another way to
Yeah.
do that thing that's not as,
And it's also
certain.
not, it's also not that thing as well.
and it's not.
It's
do you get me?
different.
So I feel sometimes when we're hearing, oh, this is the advice from a therapist.
It's not an actual therapist.
like-
it might be something else.
You're calling yourself a therapist, but
Are you really?
are you really? But
Mm.
that's only my point.
And
but
I think
yeah,
also, like people go into therapy with like preconceived notions as well, innit? So you're actually doing mental gymnastics with them and that, trying to like
Catch
you
them up.
already don't want to be here. So whatever it is that they're saying to you, you're kind of like trying to look for holes and da.
But-
And then also it's like it's not a, I can't remember where I said it. I must have said it on the pod one time, innit? It's not a quick fix thing, number one. And then number two as well, it's like you can also change. There's also therapists that they might not be particularly good. Do you get what I mean? There can also be, you can also be like, actually, no, you know what, this one doesn't work for me. You know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually, in the same way that when you go to your doctor, if your doctor's moving a certain way, you might be like, yeah, I don't want to see that doctor anymore. Can I see somebody else in it? And then, you know, like the gym analogy, I can't remember what I used the gym analogy for, but like, you have to consistently do something in order to see change in it, or in order to have a better understanding as to what your outcomes might be. It's, why are you smiling?
You know
He's
what it
actually
is?
holding his mouth.
you lot are doing the thing, yeah. It's like machine gun, like spraying it everywhere. I hadn't even said like what the issue is.
No, I'm just general.
I won't
high
catch
level.
it, so I'm just
No, but it's good though. But you're covering everything.
Yeah,
innit, in
this
terms
is
of,
like this is like the general thing that I'd say
No,
about it anyway.
why
Because I
not?
said it before, innit?
guys.
What else was I gonna say? Yeah, you got to stick at it to see change in it, and then because people also some people will come to therapy and think that, oh yeah, this person's gonna come and fix me. Oh yeah, but she doesn't fix me. It's not about fixing.
Yeah.
So,
what was your because you were saying you
So
think
mine
it
was
does
very-
long term damage.
so I think
Oh no, sorry, worse in the long run.
worse in the short to medium term. I think it is.
Okay, so
think
worse in
before-
the short, medium term, and then better in the long run.
Might be better in the long run, but
Mm.
then obviously I haven't done it to know
Yeah.
exactly in it. But like from speaking to therapists in it, and so what is this like to speaking to one particular therapist? To be honest with you, lot. So again, feel free to dismiss based on case study styles and all that kind of stuff. But it's one of those things where it kind of like the conversation kind of and then speaking to someone that went through therapy and then he's talking about it and then this person's rebuttaling, but is then at the end of the day kind of agrees with what this guy's saying. So I'm speaking to someone and essentially, sorry, can I just take it one step back? Listen, I know this is a very unpopular opinion. In this day and age, everyone's like, oh, therapy, this is that, and the other, boom, boom. I saw something the other day on social media, obviously it's a very silly joke, innit? Like it's a dark humor joke, innit? But some guy was wearing like a top and it was saying it was showing a correlation between people taking therapy and then the increase of mass shootings. Yeah, basically saying that both have like risen since, basically, innit? And obviously, again, that's not let's take it away from mass shootings, yeah?
Yeah.
But understand what I'm saying in terms of the negative behavior I feel like it causes, yeah? So, cool. So anyway, so we're speaking to these people now. And essentially, long story short, what the therapist kind of agrees on is that, initially, like, especially where you don't know where someone's coming from, don't know what their background is, you don't know you start talking about attachment styles, all these different things, yeah? But essentially, you're here to listen, innit? And you're here to find out what's going on with them and all that kind of stuff. And in doing so, to make sure that you get the full picture, you end up validating a lot of their thoughts, feelings, this is that and the other. Unless if anything is like immediately harmful and all that kind of stuff. To be fair, she didn't even mention that, but I just assumed that's what she was gonna say. Like, as in, if it's immediately harmful, obviously we wouldn't validate that. But that's me using my own logic. That's not what was said in the conversation, innit? But then this is one of the things I've always felt as well, innit? In terms of just validating things that might be like a root of something that's harmful. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because, okay, cool. So another thing is, a lot of people go to therapy because it's almost like they want someone to tell them what's right and what's wrong.
Yeah, people do that. Yeah.
To fix, the whole fixing thing, yeah? But actually, what you end up going there and hearing is that, or you end up, and obviously you lot been through it, so correct me if I'm wrong in it. But like, there ain't no, yeah, you're wrong to think that, or no, you're right to think that, or this is that and the other. It's more, okay, cool, so I understand why you see it this way, or da-da-da, boom, boom, boom. Do you think it's because of this, that and the other? So it's the probing questions and all that kind of stuff. But essentially, short to medium term, they validate more, even if they don't agree, they'll validate your feelings. Yeah? So I'm not talking about your trailer thought, but they'll validate your
When you
feelings.
say validate your feelings, as in like you should feel that way. So, for example, if somebody's talking about like they were angry about something and they're a situation,
Yeah, so
and then
even
they
like you're
reacted
right
out,
to be angry about that. Do you know what I mean? From your perspective, you're right to be angry.
I think they would highlight, through probing questions and stuff like that, try and get the person to realize that thing is that wasn't, maybe in that moment you felt, maybe in that moment that was justified, but that anger comes from and the overriding thing would be anger's bad and you shouldn't have done that. If the person, for example, in an instance like acts out, it wouldn't be like, it wouldn't validate it in saying that like, yeah, act out kind of thing.
From both of your experiences, when you lot have had therapy, in the initial sessions, has there been that much dialogue from your therapist?
No.
There hasn't, has there?
No.
Dialogue in regards to like
just even rebuttals, opinions, thoughts, direction, advice.
I think so. I've had two different experiences. Yeah, there was one that he was strict, that you could kind of tell that as well. Like, so what's so funny? Yeah, if someone else used him, the person said something, and he was like, so imagine someone telling you they've done something obviously wrong, like, yeah, I robbed this person, like, and he was like, but do you know that robbing that person was bad? He was like, yeah, that was the last session he done with the youth. So it was the last session he done.
But that's I feel like that's a lot of people's thing as well. Like if a therapist doesn't validate,
no, but I don't.
That's wrong on their part.
No, but his thing.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Wrong on his part.
The person
who's taking therapy, yeah,
because
100%.
Like, yeah.
No, not really. Because his point, yeah, and I kind of got his point was that this is not a debate or what. Like, I'm not telling you
For you to tell me what's right
this
or wrong.
happened, and it's like, I'm not sure. You're actually telling the person, I've done something wrong. Yeah. But he's like, yeah.
Oh, so he knows that it's
So
wrong.
it was
He
like,
shouldn't have
yeah.
done it.
It was
So-
like he was kicking him when he's down. Not kicking him when he's down, but
Because-
capitalizing on the
yeah,
fact that
because
he
he was
does
like,
something
I've
bad.
actually told you that I've done something that,
And I know it's wrong.
and I know it's wrong, and I've told you this thing. It was that. So it almost felt like it felt like how did he describe it? I didn't get his words. I'm gonna make up a word that I think he said it was like a teacher kind of vibe, as opposed to
Okay.
Was that
let's
his
talk.
first his first experience of it? And do you know what his thoughts were going into it?
No, I don't start making things up. Don't start making things up. I
Yeah.
can guess though. I can guess in it, but I don't start making things up. But yeah, so that's the type. I'm just saying that was my actual first therapist. So that's the type of therapist I had in the beginning, and I've had another one which was a joint one. So me and my missus done counselling
Couples.
before, couples therapy just before we got
Was it
married.
couples therapy or counselling?
So he's a therapist who done counselling.
Because counselling is
but it
different from
wasn't-
therapy.
Counselling
but-
is more advanced.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
but
Do you
yeah,
get
but
what I'm saying?
it
So that's
was,
why I'm just making
yeah,
that
it was-
differentiation, so
it-
you know that I'm talking about
Yeah,
therapy
yeah,
and
yeah.
not counselling.
So
Do you
it
get-
was actually therapy because it wasn't centered around the lead up to marriage for him. For us, it was. Do you know what I mean? So it's like it weren't counselling in that like you're trying to counsel us through to marriage. It was therapy in that like.
No, but you get counselled in marriage as well, though. So if he's a couples therapist, to be fair, you get counselled in relationships. So it doesn't really matter what kind
yeah,
of
but
point you're at,
I'm
as
I'm
long as
saying
you're together.
yeah, not about the point, but more so what we went in there with. So our mindset was we're getting in there in lead up to marriage. Yeah, that's our. But from his perspective, this is just a couple coming to get therapy. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Together. Obviously, he knows the context that we're getting married because obviously they ask like, "Oh, why are you here?" Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was probably a bit more on the like, okay, I hear you, but okay, have you considered that? And I think a bigger caveat is that both of these unintentionally were Christian.
Yeah, and this is what I was gonna say. As well, because-
Unintentionally though, especially the first
But
one.
I understand why in the first couple, because they're assessing you, innit?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't expect. In
I don't think the
few
first
sessions
couple.
for-
I'm talking. It's a lot more than the first couple. That I'm
Okay,
saying.
didn't you ask the first couple for me?
First few,
for us?
you two, yeah. I was asking.
Yeah,
the first
so
few
for the first
sessions.
few, it wasn't really. It was more so I can tell that you're assessing me basically, and you're
Mm.
asking to try and build a picture of like a profile.
Yeah.
Of, like,
So then
who
you
I
feel
am
like
and
at one stage it became more of a thing where they were talking.
No, it was never them talking more than me.
So then, in terms of like the split, what's the most that the split has ever been in terms of them talking versus you talking?
Let's say like 70-30, 70 me talking, 30 them talking.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Probably similar-ish, you know.
And it's because you can't. It's kind of like
Do you also, or have you also spoken to Christian therapists?
yeah, one of them was still, and she was actually. I remember talking about because I felt like I couldn't talk to her about certain things because of familiarity. She was like a black American. I think she was even like a pastor's wife or something like that. So it kind of like the blackness made it feel like auntie kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I can't say certain things to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then the second time I done it, it was like I use example like fam. If she saw me on the road, she could cross the road.
Mm.
It's like a white lady,
Yeah,
old,
yeah.
probably from I don't know Shropshire or somewhere mad far or whatever, innit? And saying certain things to her because of the disconnect, it was like whatever. But then one might say that they would prefer like a black
Yeah.
Christian. Do you get what I mean?
So the only thing I'm addressing at this point is just the whole validating certain feelings, even if they're wrong in it.
Mm.
And I think that's something that is widespread because I feel like they're taught to do. When this person was talking about their study and all that kind of stuff, it's almost like it's a trust building exercise, and almost you have to be let in first before you start that kind of stuff. And it's kind of obvious that, for example, the example that he spoke about where someone's like, but you know what you did was bad, and that person was like, yeah, boom, boom, boom. They're obviously trying to avoid, you're not supposed to do that. They're trying to avoid that kind of thing. And by the way, this is not to say that because of this one thing, I'm saying this more from a perspective where, so now I need to find a way to get past this thing because I'm too hard on myself to know if I'm gisting or whatever it is, or even in my head when I'm thinking about how things have transpired and all that kind of stuff, I'm already being hard on myself where I know I've done something wrong or where I could have done something better or X, Y, Z and all that kind of stuff, So if I get somewhere and then you're just, bro, so. But if I get somewhere and then you start validating stuff, that's like that I've done incorrectly,
But when you say validate as well, clear up what you because Like validating in
Validating
terms
is
of
not
what, like,
chastising it, basically, innit? Do you
Yeah,
get what I'm
but
trying to say? To a certain
in,
degree,
in the
innit?
long,
And that's just
you're
me.
saying in the
thinking.
long
I'm
run,
giving
though.
I'm giving you very proactive kind of terminology here,
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Mm.
These things are a lot more subtle, innit?
Of
Do you
course,
get?
but you're saying in the long run, though. You're not saying in the short term.
No, I'm saying in the short to medium term this happens.
Yeah, but I think in the
So
short
that's more
term,
harmful initially.
I'm not sure, because I think it depends. Because would you say, yeah, that not chastising what you've done wrong, yeah, is affirming it? Like if you say something to
Yeah.
me and I don't chastise it, but I don't affirm it, are you saying basically no action is action? Like,
Yeah, so it's what they say, silence is complicit or compliance or
Yeah,
whatever you
complicit,
call it.
yeah.
Yeah, complicit basically in terms of like, so because of that setting and because of what that setting means to people and why people go through that setting, do you get what I'm trying to say?
Then
Interesting.
yeah, but then I think also it's kind of like part of the assessment building the picture. Obviously, I'm not a therapist, so I don't know what they're building the picture thing, and I don't think the idea is for you to be here for a few sessions. I think they're probably thinking quite long term as well. Innit?
No, 100%.
So even in terms of like let's say you say like a mad thing to me, I don't want to. I might not react immediately and give you, I don't know, some sort of rebuttal immediately because cool. I'm still trying to paint a picture of this person, and then I know that if I, based off of the picture, I might already know this person. If I react, give a rebuttal, whatever, it might mean that they're not gonna now tell me the full length of that story or whatever.
Yeah.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm not disagreeing in terms of why they do it. I'm not saying
okay.
I'm not saying there isn't rationale for why they do it. I'm saying it's harmful, innit? And I'm saying that, for example, yeah.
How do you give advice? Because I'm thinking, yeah, it feels like
It's like what we talk about as well sometimes though. When like if I'm talking to like one of my old school bredgens that's still doing certain things, and they chatted to me about it and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes I do feel like I'm being complicit because I haven't said nothing. So I'm hearing everything they're saying and all that kind of stuff in it.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, where?
But
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
don't you feel, yeah, so for example, don't you feel like if you know that you're gonna have the follow-up conversation with that brethren, yeah, or right, okay, next week I'm gonna tell that brethren, let's go here, I'm gonna catch up, I'm gonna keep dialogue going with that brethren, would you still feel complicit in that initial conversation? And you were like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
like
and do you know what it is? And just being realistic, yeah, I probably wouldn't follow up.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? So kind of like,
so that's
based
why,
on reality, then yes, I do feel complicit because
because
I've made you feel like I'm like, I don't like.
yeah.
And the truth is, it's because it's a lack of ownership as well. Innit?
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
accountable for you to that extent, innit? Because we're all our own men now. And
And I think
I've gone this way, you've gone that way.
that's a good point, because what came to mind for me talking to that couple of my youngers, like,
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
okay.
So when I talk to
That was different though.
but that's what I'm saying. But it's such an ongoing thing, yeah. That especially if I'm building a new relationship,
You're not going to shut
I'm
something down
never
straight away.
going
means they're not gonna come
straight
back to you.
away in that. Oh my god! Like you come to like what? Like you've done like. It's like,
And I
okay.
think especially because they know that when they've come, they know what my viewpoint is. So they already know that what they've done is wrong, for example, like similar to whatever. But I'm not gonna.
Even if they didn't, by the way, even if they didn't know my viewpoint was wrong, yeah. If I know that I'm gonna have a continuous dialogue with you, there's a way I'm gonna do it to make sure, yeah, that because it's almost like one thing I'm not trying to do when I give you advice or counsel you or talk to you is ease my own conscience to say, oh, I've done something. At least I've said something. It has to be, okay, what do I think is the most effective way to get through to this person? And in my mind, the most effective way is, let me ease you in. Yeah.
And then we'll talk.
And let me build that safe space for you. And then once you know I'm a safe space, we're gonna have, because the way you take information,
kind of
it's a trust building exercise.
But then, so see, this is the thing, because like right now we're still speaking we're speaking on like based on actions, based on the situation that's happened. This is that, the other, boom, boom. But I'm talking about feelings, sort of thing, yeah. And because of that, it's not as clear cut as what you lot are saying. It's not a clear cut situation in terms of, oh, it's obvious you've just done wrong.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's like how you respond to a certain situation, how the situation makes you feel. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And actually, it's validating how a situation makes you feel that can be harmful. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because it's all about how something makes you feel and then how you respond out of that feeling. Do you get what I'm trying to say? A lot of the time for people, that puts them in crazy situations. So like the person that was speaking at the time was like, he had been through a lot in it, been kind of like pushed out of his family because of whatever. Like, bro, I can't even lie. The guy's story, and another day I'll tell you, look, but like he was talking about being up 72 hours.
Sure.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, couldn't sleep, bro, because of like fear. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, it was serious, basically, innit? And it was like earlier on in his life when he got pushed out of his family and all that kind of stuff, we've engaged a therapist. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And which is quite unpopular at the time, innit? And like shortly after that, you're doing hella like drugs and hard stuff and all that kind of stuff. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like proper hard drugs, not like. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And through it all, it's not a case of, alright, cool, no, you have a right to feel this way about the situation. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And sometimes that it doesn't seem harmful, innit? Do you get what I'm trying to say? I guess I'm saying all of this to say that I just know how harmful for my personality as well it is if you validate the wrong trail of thought in my head for even a moment. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because I'm someone that's very. The problem is sometimes when certain things happen and it rubs me the wrong way or whatever it is, the amount of like thoughts on whatever it just run through my mind in seconds that's made this thing 10 times worse. All you got to do is validate one of them, and it's like, boom. Sometimes, obviously, I've got like barometers in place that will help me catch a balance and all that kind of stuff. Because it's like, no, I'm going too far in one direction, and I don't even want to go too far in any one direction, innit? But yeah, essentially, that's what I'm saying is harmful. So I'm only addressing that, to be honest. And to be fair, I started off talking about therapy as a whole and all that kind of stuff. But I think I say all of that to say I'm more of a fan of counselling, because I feel like counselling is more of a two-way dialogue, and actually it's more aimed at addressing like how we should act, conduct, trails of thought and all that kind of stuff. And again, biblical counsel. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I don't think, and again, this is down to people's preference if they like it, but I don't see myself sitting down and speaking with someone that's not a Christian, as in a counselor that's not a Christian, and they're giving me advice when I know that the advice is centered in something worldly. So, for example, I can't remember exactly what it is, but there's two different school of thoughts in it, especially when it comes to like therapy and all these kind of things in psychotherapy. It's like, one is where it's like you've got everything within you to solve your problems. Yeah. And then there's something else where it's like you've got everything outside of you to solve your problems. I don't know what the technical term is or whatever it is anymore, but basically one teaches one, the other teaches the other, innit? Yeah. And this is not to say you can't have good conversation and counselling from someone that's not a Christian, bro. Yeah. Think about all of the different like sayings there are out in the world and all the different proverbs there are in the world. They're not all Christian proverbs. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I'm not saying there isn't like, I don't even want to say it out loud, but I'm not to say that there isn't wisdom, but I don't even, to be honest with you, with what I've been reading recently, I can't even say it's real wisdom. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But yeah, it's a refined thought in it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And it's not to say I can't learn from different experiences, learn from speaking to people that aren't Christian or all that kind of stuff. I'm just saying in terms of counsel, in terms of advice, especially when it centers around conduct, feelings, anything that could be covered by the word, I feel like I should be going to at least a source close to the word to be trying to rectify, pattern it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like I shouldn't, otherwise, what's really the difference, bro? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, and I know it's a very radical way of like thinking about it. To be honest with you,
I don't think it's I think part.
I don't think Christians say that they should only have Christian therapists. I don't think.
I don't think because remember when we asked Laura as well, like about, like, and she said something about kind of like people do specifically request for Christian, and then we asked like, I think something about does she pray with them, or do you like speak about the Bible with them? And she says that like on some occasion like they. Like that's what they kind of want in it, so like they'll specify and stuff like that. So I would say people do.
Yeah, like, I think no one actually probably makes the statement, "Oh, you should only get a Christian therapist." But I think if I would done a survey in regards to my friends, and when they did do therapy, I would say that probably 90% of them looked for a Christian therapist.
And what I remember,
but by the way, I'm saying that. So I think I hope I used the right terminology when I was talking, but I'm saying that they should be going for counselling and not.
But isn't counselling just a form of therapy?
I think someone should just. Yeah, it's better to hear it from, because I don't know. I know there is a difference.
Maybe.
I feel like it's the same.
I feel like it's a form.
So when
I feel like there's different types of therapy, and counselling is a certain
type of therapy. Maybe that's what it is. And to be fair, I'm not gonna act like I'm an expert on it, because it was one conversation.
When she was describing like the names, I was like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah. Like when you go back to the past, and there's different. No, but I think that was style. Yeah, I think that was not
stylography. I guess it's so.
No, I think that was more about the style of
therapists you go to.
No, therapy they give based on how they feel like you interact with it best.
Yeah,
do you get?
But also it was the style, but certain people major in that. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
they
yeah,
major
exactly.
And yeah, because I know like something like CBT, for example, is like a combination of practical and therapy.
Yeah, so cognitive
Behavioral
behavioral
therapy, yeah. So like it's a combination of the two in order to get rid of whatever thing
Yeah,
that
we
this
definitely
person's
get someone on
presenting.
still too.
But yeah, there's definitely. I
Yeah.
reckon there's probably different like hybrids and stuff like
So
that.
I'm not necessarily talking about that. So but when she spoke about what they do, what they learn, all that kind of stuff, yeah. The only thing that made me think, oh, so there's a difference between therapy and counselling is that she was talking about the night she was counselling, then she might be more boom, 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 da, 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 da. Because if you think about it, like what I took from that, I'm not saying this is what she was definitely saying, was that the counselling is more like it's the branch that leads into life coach. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like it's as in the more extreme version of it would be to get a life coach or someone that is like, do you get what I'm trying to say, really on you about your goals and this is that and the other, and obviously mentoring you towards it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So it's more around mentorship and all that kind of stuff. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So yeah.
No, fair
But
enough.
Shout Charlene, boy.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
real.
yeah,
That's
for
what I was
sure.
thinking. I was thinking
Shout
about
Charlene
Charlene.
too.
Man.
Yeah,
But,
words.
and one thing I was also going to say as well, yeah, is it's interesting what we were saying about the feelings thing. Because I remember someone did say the other day that, like, your feelings are real. So, however you feel about something, yeah, is very real. Like, that can't be taken away from you.
Do you know what it is? You better add that caveat you're about to add.
Yeah,
because...
it's very real, yeah. But it doesn't mean that how you feel is valid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do you know what I mean? How you feel is real. So if you feel jealous, yeah, about certain things, it doesn't mean that it's valid. If you feel that, if you feel disrespected, yeah, that's how you feel. Fair enough. Like, and the feeling of disrespect, you feel it, but it doesn't mean that that situation was disrespectful. Like, so you can't put that on the other person. So I feel like sometimes, maybe, and maybe I'm making excuses, or maybe I don't know, but I think maybe sometimes in therapy is that the reason the way you feel isn't challenged as much is because that's how you felt. What's kind of challenged is, all right, why did you feel that way? Like, what happened that made you feel that way? Like, what's the pressure point? Do you know what I mean? Because that's the symptom, like your jealousy, but what's the root? Do you get me? What has made you feel that way? So I think that's possibly a reason why certain feelings aren't challenged.
So I've done a quick Google as well, yeah, while we was just talking, yeah, talking about, and I agree with what you're saying, by the way, in terms of like, I think that's like the crux of the issue for me, in terms of not everything should be validated. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And actually, it's this shift towards you're not showing care and attention to someone if you're not validating everything that they say that is coming from their side. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But so they said counselling and therapy are both talk therapies, for mental well-being. For mental well-being, yeah. But counselling often focuses on shorter-term specific life issues, grief, stress, with goal-oriented support, while psychotherapy, delves deeper into long-term patterns, underlying causes, and mental health conditions, often requiring more extensive training and potentially lasting longer. Do you get? So can you see how even from that?
But that sounds like most of the people I know do counselling, they're not therapy.
Exactly. But
is that because they just cut though early and they don't do it long
term? No, but I think it's just probably, you know, we use the term therapy. I think we use it broadly. So I think because I guess talking to a therapist will admonish all of these things. So it's like once you say you're talking to a therapist, I think the language is I'm doing therapy.
But in them going into it, do you think it's the one? Because I would say that it's the one they want therapy in terms of the long term, like delving deep to the roots of things, as opposed to short term.
I think most people go counselling.
I'll say most people go counselling. You know,
no, I would
especially
think,
because I don't really know that many people who do it long term.
But I don't think I think the long term thing isn't just because. Like, I think if it was like free, for example, you do it long term.
But for example, can I ask you a question? Yeah. So when you go there, yeah, is your mindset, or do you think the majority of people's mindset is, I've got an issue I want to resolve?
Sorry, I meant administer.
Yeah, because you said admonish.
Admonish.
Yeah, and I was thinking,
I meant a threat.
I left it.
Administer.
I left it, but because I just felt like everyone would just understand that.
No, you know what it is? I can't sleep with that.
No, I hear it. First.
But yeah.
But do you think most people go there with the vibe of, I've got a problem I want to solve, and
yeah, but I'm thinking
that's
for
the
example,
more shorter term thing though.
No, but like, you know, like for example, like so one of the reasons I went to therapy was, alright, cool, I'm getting married and stuff like that. So I need to understand. Like I wanted to go back basically. I wanted to go back and find the roots of certain things. And I know that certain people, when it's like life events are coming up, it might not be a thing whereby something has happened per se, or it might be a long-term thing. But I don't think you can go to therapy, for example, if you've got like an addiction or something like that. to try and get over an addiction, and then have like the short term thing. You have to go back to the root because the root like something like that. It's not like it's a lot more deeper in it. So I would say that a lot of the issues that. Also, I don't know. I'm not gonna say from people that I've spoken to because I haven't really spoken to people about why did you go to therapy in it. But I think some of the things that I can assume would be things that are a lot more deeper rooted than something that requires like an immediate. So for example, like if there's stress at work or something like that, that's like an immediate. Cool. This is the situation. Cool. Here are the practical things you can go through. But that's not a long term thing. Like for example, like anger or like somebody they're always stealing or something like that. Like it's like that is a deep rooted thing that you have to go back to. I would say.
So when does therapy end?
Read it again, because I hear what you're saying, but I just can't remember the.
So it says counselling and therapy are both talk therapies for mental well-being, but counselling often focuses on shorter term, specific life issues, in brackets grief, stress, with goal-oriented support, while therapy, in brackets psychotherapy, delves deeper into long-term patterns, underlying causes, and mental health conditions, often requiring more extensive training and potentially lasting longer. The key difference lies in the depth and duration.
So even for example, like the work thing. So you actually have immediate work stress. Alright, cool. This thing is stressful right now. What
happens though when the work stress? Because I think it can't be
that work stress can come from some.
Can I add this last bit? Yeah? Can I just add this because it might add some context? It says the key difference lies in depth and duration. Counselling provides guidance for current problems, while therapy explores core issues and treats psychological disorders. Do you get that might help with what you're saying?
It still sounds like most people do counselling.
It does.
Because I don't feel like the root thing, because in every single thing there's a root. So even in the reason why, let's say this work is stressing you out the way it is, there's a root to why.
What I'm not saying is that I'm not saying that most people don't do counselling. Okay. I think most people don't know this. So what you've just outlined.
So most people think they do.
So when they go into it,
they think they're doing therapy.
They think they're doing therapy, but they're doing counselling.
So that's I agree with that. That most people probably are doing counselling, but I would say that a lot of the issues that people are probably going to counselling/therapy for are deeper rooted issues that require therapy. Because it's probably things that are deeply rooted that will take a long period of time. And I think a lot of people won't stick to. So you see the whole gym analogy, you can't go gym have 4 sessions and change. You can't, bro. You could be going gym for.
That's the same with counselling. Short term is a matter of perspective in terms of short term for someone could be 2 years, bro. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, but you can short term. You wouldn't really say that though. If you were to
generalize,
I mean,
in the lifespan,
I don't think they would.
If you were to generalize, it wouldn't be that. So
I don't know. Okay, cool. So what do you think? What do you think on average people are talking about short term in terms?
I think
of
maybe 6 sessions or something like that.
No, I don't think so.
Check Google.
I think 10 to 15 sessions would be short term.
Exactly, that's what I'm thinking.
But 10 to 15 isn't long though.
So if we space it out, but realistically,
that's like 3 months, bro. At least.
But then that's different from 2 years, isn't it? So I would say,
I hear it, but still. But
I would say there is.
That's why I said it's a perspective thing, innit? So I'm using 2 years as an example.
But then I would say that they probably have, there would probably be an actual definition of short term by a counsellor. So for example, if they say 8 to 12 weeks or something like that is what this particular thing is for. So they would, I think they would have a defined time period that's considered short term.
Yeah. And how often when you lot was going, would you go in every week or every other week or every month?
I was in every other week.
Every other week.
And I initially was doing
10 to 15 is like what, 6 months?
I was doing it every week initially for the first time. And the second time it was, I can't remember now. I think it was every 2 weeks. I think. Double check. Yeah. Was it every week?
But I guess I say
I think
it's a good conversation.
I think it was every week with breaks though, because little things were happening in life. So it meant that I might be away for 2 weeks. Miss might be away. Even the therapist, there was a time where he was away for 2 weeks. So yeah.
If it was free, then I probably would still be doing it.
Yeah, I hear it.
Do you get what I mean? There's obviously a hindrance to doing it longer.
Do you know what it is though? I think 50-50. I think probably.
Yeah.
But I think in general, people, I feel that sometimes, there's certain things that are quite easy to do, but they still feel a bit out of reach. Because, so for someone like me, I'm not saying it's like for everyone, but I know quite a lot of my friends like this and that. Sometimes perfection can stunt them from moving. So if it's not going to be the perfect thing, I'm not even going to step foot into it. But in order for me to know it's the perfect thing, I need to do research. So I feel like, I need to and it's that research bit that I'm like, it's kind of long to do. So even if it was free, because one thing I wouldn't do is be like, all right, let me pick you and try you. and if you're crap, I'm gonna move to another one because it's free. Because once I do that twice, I'm just gonna be like, no.
Yeah,
But I would
losing
say if
the-
somebody has an issue where it's like there's something that they really want to get over or get to the root of or whatever, then
Yeah,
they'll
go.
you
Yeah,
know
they'll
what I mean?
be.
They'd have a
I
different.
guess you also
vibe.
got
battery,
you also
yeah.
got to qualify like core issues and psychological disorders,
Mm.
Because if they're saying that's what therapy treats, then are we saying that everyone that goes into this kind of setting has a core issue or a psychological disorder?
I feel like we all do have like
Core
we all
issues,
do
yeah.
have
I think
core
everyone-
issues. I think everyone. I think the therapy.
What's a core issue?
Let's get a definition.
It's like selfishness or something.
Actually, to be fair, it'll be hard to get a definition of core
Exactly.
issue
Do you get what I'm trying to say? It's
Because
like so
core,
many
they start talking about
different ways.
economics.
Yeah,
as
yeah,
our
But
core.
core's kind of like
But I,
you as a person.
Yeah.
but I think so,
There's
someone's
a
selfish.
fundamental
Someone's
issue
selfish.
with
Yes.
Someone's selfish.
I think
is a
so.
core
I think
issue.
so.
No, it's not. Still,
No, I wouldn't say. I wouldn't.
selfish.
Well, I think so. I think it could be.
And again, now
So and this
it's
is the thing.
becoming too nuanced in it because it's now
Yeah.
the magnitude of the selfishness, and this
Yeah,
is like
but the reason why I think everyone has core issues is I was watching something and it was talking about how our mind works,
we're very self-centered.
and how our mind processes information, and how much what we process affects just what we do,
Yeah.
and also went on to talk about the fact that we cannot remember a lot of things.
Yeah.
Our brain's also very intelligent, our mind. So there's certain things that are hidden,
Yeah.
or there's certain things that the moment we're about to start processing them because they're too deep, it's out there.
It gets
Like
pushed
we,
aside,
it gets,
yeah.
do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I think that by virtue of life, life in itself being such a heavy thing,
Yeah.
and us going through life, we all have core issues that need to be addressed.
Yeah.
And do you know what it is?
Not
A
addressing
core-
like it's like
A
mad-
core issue doesn't mean that you're an unstable
Yeah,
person.
like it doesn't mean it's mad peak or nothing like that.
Do you
I
know
think
what I mean?
that's part of the misconception. as
Yeah.
well. And I also think like, you know, like I
It's
always say,
almost
like,
sorry. It's just almost like and I think Laura said it as well. In that, listen, do the work so that you're a better wife to me.
yeah,
Do the work so you're a better husband to me.
Yeah.
Do the work so you're a better friend
yeah.
to your friends. Do the work so you're a better family member. So you might be good, but you could be great. But there's
Yeah.
something.
See,
do
so
you
then-
get me?
And you know what it is as well? You've hit something else that makes me feel like good or bad in it, basically, in it. But it's like the point at which you engage that kind of therapist or therapy or counseling, to me, indicates whether it's counseling or therapy you're looking for. So if you're looking to resolve an issue,
Mm.
something's happened, and off the back of it, you contacted them, I think that's a counseling thing.
Mm.
If it's like deep reflection, nothing specific has happened and all that kind of stuff,
Mm.
but you realize that you just be breaking down things in a certain way, or boom, 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 and da da da, and all that kind of stuff.
Mm.
That signals to me more therapy. Do you get what I'm trying to
Mm.
say? More long term, more deep. What's deeply rooted? What's going on here? Why every time I see this kind of thing, I cry and da da da.
Yeah.
It's been happening for
But
years.
it's hard
or
though because even
Obviously, I know it's a
that
spectrum.
can then be triggered by an event. But the thought process is still
100%.
Yeah,
the
I'm thinking
same.
about like children,
100%,
for example,
but
or,
I'm-
like marriage.
Yeah,
But I still feel like if you do it off the back of a certain situation,
Mm.
more time, what you're looking for is counseling, because you're looking for very clear indicators of how you should maneuver, what's gone right, what's gone wrong. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like almost like, I'll be real with you.
I think
lot
it
of people,
depends though.
I feel like a lot of people do go through all of this stuff. Yeah,
Mm.
like you've got two types of personalities, and obviously you can have like the blend in between. Yeah, but a lot of people will go to it because it's kind of like either tell me I'm right, tell me the other person's wrong, or tell me what I could have done better.
That's their
kind
problem.
of vibe.
then,
Do you get what I'm saying?
that's
Mm.
because it's accountability on your part as well, innit?
Mm.
It's not just okay.
100%.
That's what I always lead with the I'm coming. Fix me kind of thing.
But can I ask you
You
a
also
question?
have
yeah?
accountability for yourself. So there's also work you need to do for yourself to change,
Yeah.
innit?
When you went to, and you don't have to, this is obviously quite personal, so you don't have to answer this yet, but when you went to couples therapy, damn, yeah, you guys have gone there proactively, or have you gone there off the back of, do you know what, before this thing gets out of hand,
Mm-hmm. No, good question.
let's kind of like nip this in the bud now
So
and
it
bring
was
in a third party.
something that I kind of said before we get married.
We
We
need
should
to
do
do
this.
And
And it
by the
wasn't
way,
it wasn't person specific.
because we've also got like pastors and all that kind
yeah,
of stuff
yeah,
that
yeah.
we've gone to before. So
Yeah.
what was the reason why you went outside of that as well? Do you get?
All right, yeah. I just feel like when it,
That is jokes.
what?
that?
I was like, oh,
Oh,
right,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, well, so I'm guessing.
So,
but,
yeah.
no, but I feel like there's sometimes a range that's required
Yeah.
to tackle certain things that
Okay.
the pastors around me just don't
I think
have.
there's a bias as well.
Yeah,
That
they-
unconscious bias sometimes.
They just, like I remember there was one pastor who, listen, that's all of us, like we love him. That's our
Yeah.
that's our guy. But I remember I was talking to one of my other friends who went to see him, and he has a bias in that. Well, he wants us to get married.
Yeah,
Do you get me?
Yeah.
Okay,
He wants us to get married
Yeah.
as
So you
that-
wanted
as-
someone.
as young people.
Yeah.
He wanted
He wants it to work.
and for good reason. Like he
Yeah,
likes
yeah.
the idea of marriage is good. So he's like, you guys get to this thing early.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
don't wait, like kind of
So
thing.
can I ask you a question
Mhm.
just on that? Yeah, and I'll let you finish what you're saying afterwards. If you had issues in your marriage and you wanted to go to someone,
Mhm.
yeah, knowing that person's got a bias of wanting you lot to stay together, would you prefer to go to someone that didn't have that bias and actually you could possibly feel, this might not be true, but you could possibly feel like they're more likely to suggest separation because they're being more holistic than the other person that's got a bias?
No. But it's a wider question because
No,
when
sorry, no. When you say no, what do you mean? No to what?
sorry, yeah. So let me start. It's a wider question because it depends what the issues are. In general, when it comes to issues, I'm most probably in like a marital sense. I'm most probably gonna go to like those leaders who I
Okay.
consider I'm accountable to, like in their Christian.
Yeah.
I'm most probably gonna go to them because we have a shared understanding of, aims
Yeah.
and how we want this thing to be. Do you know what I mean? So even something small, and again, unpopular opinions about, even when I say this, the internet starts clipping things here, but like enduring things.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like the world has one view of the word endure sounds like
Hardship.
the weirdest thing in the world,
Mm.
the worst thing in the world. Whereas in Christianity, enduring
It's actually
it's
it's
part of building one's
It's actually,
character.
bro, do you know what it is as
Consider
well?
it
Yeah,
joy.
it's like
You get me?
yeah,
Consider
we
it
need to talk
joy.
about that because
Like consider it joy when you're going through things. Like
Yeah,
the
trials and
Bible says it.
tribulations.
Consider it joy because it builds you
building
and it
character,
builds that
testing of your
thing.
faith, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It builds that thing. It builds your faith. So in order, if I'm going
Even
through
when we
stuff,
talk about the path, like one's narrow, one's wide. Do you get?
yeah.
Narrow indicates that there's going to be some
difficult,
friction.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
not going to
yeah.
be straightforward, isn't it? Do you get?
So I would go to the Christian is for that because we have a shared
Okay.
understanding of
Mm.
aims here. Like we know what we're trying to do. But the therapy counseling, wherever we done, but I don't know the right word now.
Yeah.
But that was something that I just put a prerequisite in, regardless of who I was with. I always said that before I get married, I want to do this, and it's because I want to. And again, he was a Christian, and that was also intentional with him
Of course, yeah.
to be a Christian.
It would
but
be
also,
weird going into what you consider a Christian union. I personally believe
Yeah,
going into a Christian union, looking for counsel from someone that wasn't Christian. I
Yeah.
think that would be weird.
but again, I didn't know it was counseling. I didn't.
No,
you get me?
no,
So,
counselling,
yeah,
not therapy.
yeah,
Listen,
yeah,
you lot,
yeah,
hey, we're all students here, you know. I'm a
literally
student.
still.
Hey, we're all students here, bro. Don't let no one take anything that man said and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
feel
yeah,
like, oh
yeah.
yeah, this is like, the yeah and amen, bro. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Everyone do your own research.
Word.
But yeah, so that's something I went in with to say that, you know what, I want us to look at our behavior, our history, and see someone who can help unpack that. Do you get me? And see what that looks like, or whether there's tools that can help, or conversations. Because I think, and last thing I'll say is why I think counseling, therapy, whether it helps, just having these conversations here is because it sometimes gives a forum for these conversations, and there might not be a natural forum for people to have these conversations, innit? Do you know what I mean? Sometimes
And I think
it's just
that's
awkward for people to sit down next to each other and be like, oh, so like, what, how you feeling today?
for men, I think that's the real benefit in it. I think in terms of like conversations that you have within yourself where there is no referee, essentially.
Yeah.
I think that is like where I feel like it's very useful. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because the chances are, especially where the kind of like mentality of men being islands and all that kind of stuff, you will end up in McDonald's. But the thing is, like, no, you end up backing yourself in one way or the other. Do you get what I'm
Second
saying?
time around,
you
mine was
either
very much that.
you either back yourself in being very hard on yourself,
Mm.
yeah, and remember that forgiveness is also a self thing as well as others as well, yeah. You either back yourself in terms of going too hard on yourself, or you back yourself from going too easy for yourself, applying too much grace and all that kind of stuff. So you end up living in these cycles of iniquity or whatever it is. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Or transgression is what they call it now, but or no, what they've been calling it, to be honest. But do you get what I'm trying to say? So anyway, so I think that's been like a more wholesome conversation,
Yeah.
in terms of where I first started from and where we've landed at.
Yeah.
But I guess, I think I just want to address, like, I'd want to speak to a therapist and understand, like, cool, this whole validating feelings and stuff like that, I genuinely think it's harmful, bro. I feel like if someone's actually, if like your stewardship or whatever it is, your corporate responsibility or whatever responsibility you feel like you have, your duty of care, like, I feel like you should stop harmful things from protruding or leaving your office.
And I guess you're saying obviously harmful things.
I'm saying, no, and actually, on the contrary, I'm saying things that are a bit more trivial.
Because that comes down to moral. That just comes to, like, where's your moral standing?
And that's why we spoke about the Christian therapist thing. Because my thing is like, actually, I think it's more of the trivial stuff. Because I think with the bigger stuff, with the things where it's clear cut, I don't need to tell you it's wrong. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It's quite obvious, isn't it? But it's more the intricate things where it's like, oh, like, this person didn't say hello to me in this way. This is a stupid example, but it's the only one I can think of. This person didn't say hello to me in a specific way. That means that they dislike me, and I now just started feeling betrayed because I've come to this place and I don't know everyone else there, and she knows this, and da da da. Do you get what I'm trying to say? That you need someone to be like, do you know what I mean? Like, nip it in the bud. That's not even a good example because that's still off the back of a certain situation happening, and it doesn't address like a trail of like a pattern of thinking. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So, but
You know, it's better knowing that. That's a nah. Yeah, I guess it's
so you made it this far in the pod and you haven't liked, you haven't commented, you haven't subscribed yet. Come on, man. You know what to do. You know what's actually so funny? You know, last episode I was like, how every time I do test me, I'm gonna raise a song.
Yeah.
And you know that's like a non-visual episode. Yeah. Now, what? I ain't got that for the life of me, bro. Anyway, we are grateful.
I don't even remember saying he was in it.
He sang his last time.
Doesn't matter. We are grateful, oh Lord, for all you have done for us. Hallelujah, we are grateful, oh Lord.
You want to look grateful?
Who is like thee?
Holiness in holiness and
fearfully praise.
Always
doing wonders, hallelujah.
Man, that's what we're missing out
Praise
on
the
now,
Lord.
Trust me, hearing those songs.
What?
Hallelujah.
But yeah, let's get some testimonies, man. We like to do testimonies every week. Shine a light on what God is doing in our lives. Mine is that the fact that God still speaks to me. So like I've said on here a couple of times that like a lot of the time when God speaks to me, it's like through songs and stuff like that. And like I might wake up in the morning and like there's just a song on my heart. And I actually watched a video of someone called Susan, and she was talking about how when that is the case, when you have a song or whatever, go and read the Bible that is around that song or whatever, or like continue to play that song and stuff like that. And so I was doing that day and whatnot. But it was you know, if he knows his lilies, it was that. And in the morning, birds were chirping outside of my window, innit? I could just hear birds.
Chirping. Reminds you of that birds.
Chirping. Birds were chirping outside of my window, innit? And like, it's the fact that God still speaks to me in this, because I haven't, bro, over the past, let's say, you know, after the wedding period, it's so easy to be like, oh yeah, God, I need you, and be in your Bible and be praying and whatnot when there's something that you actually want in it. But since then, it just definitely hasn't. I just haven't been on it like that at all. In the morning, I'll be waking up in my head. The first song in my head is "Here, man, here, man." You know what I mean? It's not like it's nothing that is fruitful, bro. You know what I mean?
That's actually so funny.
So when that happened, it was like,
I thought he was about to say, I whipped my head back and forth. I don't know why I thought he was gonna say that.
So yeah, the fact that God still speaks to me in this time period, innit, where it's like I haven't been seeking Him in the same way that I was before, innit. So yeah, thank God.
No, thank God.
So
mine is it's funny because the other day I was with like 3 or 4 of my brethren, and it's just mad that everybody, when we linked up, no one knew, but everyone had the same testimony. So not me, to be fair, but the other brethren.
Your thing was different.
Nah, boy, mine's coming using him. But it was just such a sick moment where everyone's like, "Oh, what?" And everyone's like, "Yeah." So it was just very encouraging. I was just like, "No, thank God, man." Like, also thank, because you know, also when like good thing happens to one person, you want it to like
Mm.
flow around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't want it to just be you, or you don't want it to be one person, or you want it to like.
Yeah.
It's more enjoyable when it's flowing around.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? So I was just so grateful to God that God was just blessing everyone in
Yeah.
that way. Do you
Mm.
know what I mean? So I was just thankful for that, man. So yeah.
That's
Thank
even
God.
good, man. Because for some people, they'll be like, "Rah, God, I see what you're doing for those around
Yeah,
you.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
where's
yeah.
my own limit?"
Yeah.
But,
Ah,
yeah.
my own is coming though. That one, I have no. My own is coming though.
I hear it still. It's funny, even in the theme of like same testimony. So mine's very similar to Eman's, isn't it? In terms of just felt like I've been in a place where just not been at the best in it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, and just a lot of stuff's just been going on. Do you get? And I feel like even through it all, I was even speaking to one of our friends saying about this the other day. I was just like, bro, like even reading my word, like I have no issue doing casual prayers, but for how long am I doing casual prayers for? And when I say casual prayers, I mean the one where like I'm just walking in someone, I'm like, oh God, like boom, boom, just in that. When is it going to be a real consecration thing and all that kind of stuff in it? And in terms of like taking that time out to read my word properly and all that kind of stuff, I ain't really doing none of that stuff properly in it. And then it's mad, even though that that period had been going on for a while. Even through it, like God was still speaking to me, and like in a very like one of the ways that I feel like is very unique to myself in it. Not to say that other people don't have it. And like, so I went somewhere more recently, and I remember saying this to like one of our brethren, my close brethren. I was like, bro, like, and it happened to me twice while I was away in it. And I was like, nah, this exact thing, like I've dreamt. And the thing is as well, I don't always know what to do with it, innit? Because it's so flipping abstract. And what happens is I dream about something here. Like I can see this whole room, and I could see this whole room, and I'm talking down to the stuff on the walls and all that kind of stuff here 12 years ago. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And it has no meaning to me 12 years ago. Like, what does that actually mean, innit? So, and literally, so imagine the same mall that I was in, I've gone into that mall another day with someone else. None of this has happened. It's when I've gone back with my brethren that I've seen it in a certain way, and I'm like, no, this is what I dreamt like literally like months ago, sort of thing, innit? Because I make sure I take stock of these things. And then it's funny because then later on, while I was away, I then met someone, and I'm chatting to this person, and then they have the exact same thing that man's talking about. So they're like, nah, like this specific, like, like he's like, what's your name? And then kind of not she didn't. Nah, that would be going too far in it to make it seem like, oh, she finished off my name in it or something like that. Innit? Do you get it? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you want to add two pence. I'm not gonna do that. But she was like, yeah, no, that's the name in it. And then boom, 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 and this like she dreamt this whole thing out, and it sort of thing in it. And I was just like little did she know. Even though, and again, yeah, it's kind of like we had the kind of same response because it's kind of like, but then where do we go from here? Do you get like it's not like. Like, so anyway, so I definitely need to do digging like separately in terms of like
Just on
what
that,
this thing means.
I remember someone said
how
that
to move from it.
that God continues giving dreams to those who pray about it. That basically, that there's sometimes God gives people like the people who keep having dreams is because God's like, no, I trust you. This like you're gonna, I give you this. Pray, move. That even if you don't know what it means, pray, keep praying, keep praying.
But then you know sometimes I feel like it's, and this is just me being like real like open and honest here. Yeah, sometimes I think it's so difficult when it's proper, like it's a snippet, bro.
Yeah.
As in like, so for example, years before I worked at one of my old workplaces, and I had seen and dreamt my whole workplace and all that kind of stuff, Even when I got in there, I'd been working for there like 6 months before I then clocked that I had a dream because I walked in, the sun was shining from a certain angle, and then I clocked, nah, this is exactly what man dreamt about. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And it's like, but when I dream about it, it's not like I dream about it and then it's like a whole sitcom, like a whole 30-minute episode, bro.
Just a moment.
It could be like a moment, bro.
Yeah,
It could be like, and obviously how long is a moment really in the spiritual realm and all that kind of stuff, but it could be like 5 seconds, it could be 15 seconds. But it's the thing that I remember when I wake up in the morning. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And that's why I'm like, cool, take stock, write it down, all that kind of stuff. Do you get? So yeah, it's just,
I hear it,
it's so, even in terms of the prayer, sometimes I find it hard to target. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because it's kind of like, and maybe that's
sometimes
because
it's general,
maybe,
isn't it?
but maybe that's because I've been going about it the wrong way. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Maybe because I haven't been diligent enough about it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So that's,
I guess
that's
also
a fair.
pray and asking it, like, Holy Spirit, what do you want? Like,
Yeah.
like, cool, I've seen this. Like,
So funny, because I'm saying that, I had one dream,
still.
I just left it. It's like
Had
I
what?
woke up here. I had a dream. I'm just remembering now that I thought about it. I was like, oh, that's kind of strange.
Yeah.
I took that. I thought about it again.
The funny thing is,
I've
yeah,
been
with
having
these
the
dreams
weirdest
as well,
dreams,
yeah,
bro.
I don't like saying this because I don't want to say this, but I have to say it now because you know me. Like, it's just on my mind that I'm gonna say it. But it's funny though because I feel like if I had those dreams yeah, and I've gone to someone to try and interpret the dream, yeah,
Mm.
like what would this person really have said to me?
Or what? That's that snippet.
Those snippets, because it's a snippet, yeah, of something that's like that happens in the physical, yeah. Like literally, we're just walking, having a throwaway conversation about, alright, cool, I'm gonna do this next, and then all that. That's just one of them where there's dialogue in it. The other ones, there's been no conversation. It's just literally, it's like I'm walking into somewhere. I can see this, I can see that.
Yeah,
I can see this. Oh, it's green. It's this, that, and the other. Boom, boom, boom. I can see this person, and it's so funny because then I start to think to myself, yeah, why was it when I first started working here that I felt like this person was familiar, but I couldn't place where? Do you get what I'm trying to say? But it's like, what would that person say to me? There was
Yeah.
no dialogue in it. If you start trying to interpret it and trying to break down bare stuff and all that kind of stuff, bro, you run like a good 90% chance of what you're saying is going to be absolute.
But that's why, yeah.
Rubbish.
If you run it and you speak on it, it should be that you've been divinely inspired by the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
So therefore, there's things that may not be revealed that are revealed to them. So things make sense. But I'm not sure about like people having the gift of dream interpretation.
Why? That's very biblical.
No, well, people interpreting dreams is biblical, yeah. But people now having that gift, like your gift is to interpret dreams. I don't know.
Why?
Because I feel like
bro, you always have these interesting things.
Yeah,
Like
you know, sometimes it's Eddie as well, still.
Huh?
Sometimes it's Eddie that has these things. He's like, nah. He's like,
It's just
nah,
a fact.
no,
But I feel like
it's
Eddie
not-
would be like, why as well, though? Yeah.
But it's not that I don't think. So let me clarify actually. So no one is confused with what I'm saying. I'm not saying that somebody can't, through the spirit, interpret a dream.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm not saying that. I believe that can happen. But that being your gift, yeah. So your gift is interpreting dreams. I'm not sure.
So if any of us can do it, basically. Like if you're inspired by the Holy Spirit. It's
Yeah,
not like a thing that
yeah. But I'm not sure it's a gift. I'm not sure that is
you
a
are the
gift.
dream interpreter.
You are a dream interpreter.
So in the same way, like prophet would be like,
Do you get
prophet
me?
is the one
Yeah, prophet. Like, I'm not sure is that a dream interpreter. That's what you are. Because it has a lot of connotations. If you're a dream interpreter, bro, like it's not that some dreams.
It's every dream.
You know, but it's like if that's your gift, that how do we move in this? Do you know what I mean? Like, what is this? It's the same thing that I don't believe anyone. It's like all because like I don't believe anyone has the gift of healing. It's controversial again.
Yeah, because that's actually one of the named spiritual gifts.
Yeah, I don't think anyone has a gift of it. To someone, your gift is healing.
The funny thing is, when we talk about these things, it's almost like Power Rangers and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Superheroes.
nah, but that
This was what's your superpower?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah, I've got
like,
a question for
all
that for you after still.
But
Yeah.
yeah, but I believe in healing, and I believe that like someone can be like divinely empowered, like through them, God can bring healing. They can be a vessel of, but I don't think anyone has the gift of.
But
What's the difference
I
with
do-
anything else, all of the other gifts then? So
Like
like, can't God just inspire?
So that gift of wisdom,
Yeah,
gift of
can't God just do that
discernment.
with everything? So why is it?
Yeah,
why
but
they
for certain things, I
specifically-
actually believe that that could be your gift.
Yeah, but I
So
think
certain things, so it's not that I don't
So what do
believe.
you-
by
what do you
that, but
believe
by
that
that
could be the gift,
definition,
though?
though.
So without what?
Bravo,
But
you
by
know
that definition, by that definition, yeah. Even though, do you know what it is? I genuinely think, yeah, because of our conservative upbringing, yeah, because of our conservative upbringing, that's the only reason why it kind
Oh,
of
it's
rubs
like
you
my
the wrong way.
wife. Fam.
No. That's
You
the
know,
only reason. That's the only reason why, yeah, it can rub you the wrong way, though.
Yeah, banging.
Hey,
She's not banging that thing with me now, bro. It's not-
but that's the only reason why you feel a way about it, yeah. But because of what you just said afterwards, by the way, and because you said that other people can have the gift of wisdom and knowing that that's a spiritual gift, you know healing is a spiritual gift.
Yeah.
So because of that, someone can have that gift. Otherwise, it wouldn't be classed as a spiritual gift. I believe it's one of the spiritual gifts.
I'm not sure. So
fact check that before
Yeah,
we-
wait, let's double check what the spiritual gifts
Because
are.
how many are there? Was there 9 or is there what, like bear or something?
Let's see. So guys, look, it's important that fam, you got to pull things up midway.
Marvelous.
So look, so it says, to be fair, I'm not even going to take this for fact because I need the actual verse. So 9 gifts of the Spirit, word of wisdom, word of knowledge,
Yeah.
one second, I'm trying to find out. So Acts 27, 9-19. No. Sorry, that's a specific example of word of
Okay,
wisdom.
so here, yeah. So I'm seeing
Word of wisdom,
Fir-
word of knowledge, discerning of spirits,
Yeah,
faith,
yeah.
miracles, healing, tongues, interpretation, and prophecy.
fair.
Are you seeing that?
So there's just Bible verses coming up in it, so I'm looking through the Bible verse.
But the Bible verses, I think, are going into examples of each.
What's interesting as well is that when I think of healing, I think of healing as a miracle.
Sorry, and by the way as well, yeah. Sorry, so remember,
It says miracles and healing separate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I find it kind of
I
interesting.
believe that these things, so you can be like, and to be fair, yeah, I could just be wrong, and it could be the way I see things. So I'm not. So I believe these things are gifts, yeah. But what I don't believe is that is like, so you are a healer, because in order to, do you get what I mean?
Okay.
Because in order for that to be your gift, that's what you are. If you get what I mean, like you are a healer,
What do they call
or
it
like
again?
you are a dream
You have
interpreter.
the grace for.
Do you get what I mean? Like that's because you wouldn't, if you told me that your gift is healing, then you're a healer. And let's take away the like God, like
It's the
kind of-
superpower to
yeah. Let's take that away from it, because it sounds. But if it just, I don't think, and maybe this is more of a question of the way spiritual gifts actually work, innit? So
Yeah.
let's talk about this when I gather my thoughts.
Yeah.
So,
No. Do you know
let's talk about
it's
this when I do my
something? Do you know what it
research,
is as
so.
well? It's
I need to read into it.
And I'll be real, yeah. It's a conversation that can easily be sensationalized if we haven't done our research and have a holistic conversation.
Yeah,
about it, because I know already when you read it, you're gonna say something different if you get what I'm saying. In terms of, you already understand the other side, but you just need to refresh your memory on it, basically, innit? But like, for example, yeah, you see the whole like, I don't know, like, let's say discerning of spirits or word of knowledge.
Yeah.
Word of knowledge is one that people play on a lot. Do you get what I'm saying? In this day and age, innit? In terms of is it an akara?
Yeah.
Is it, and this morning you ate gari? Is it an akara? And the guy start, nah. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, obviously, like, people play on these things, but they're real, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? And then what happens is people flock to those people because that person has an
the gift
anointing.
of
They have an anointing on that person, all that kind of stuff. And I guess it's all of these things that make it a bit sinister in this day and age, innit? Do you know what I mean? All of the stuff around it, basically. Around it. What was you gonna say?
The question for you, yeah, and for you as well, but it's different because you actually have children, isn't it? So me and my missus was watching a cartoon the other day. Yeah.
Obviously, they don't know that good. No, I'm guessing.
We was watching an animation the other day, innit? And it was about like some dreamland thing, innit?
What's it called?
I can't remember what it's called, you know. But basically, it's like there's a book here that in the thing, basically, there's a boy and a girl. Their mom are getting divorced, innit? And in the girl's dreams, it's like it's a happy family type of thing. But she wants her dreams to come true, sort of thing, innit? And they go into like one shop and there's a book, a spell book, and they kind of like read something, and now her and her brother are in the same dream, and like it's all about like spells and wishes and all of that sort of stuff, innit? So my question is, and then me and my missus started talking about various alternatives that we had when we were younger. She's talking about Donut Man, Salty, and all of these things that we used to watch when we were young, innit?
I don't know. I'm not aware of none of those two.
We actually watched it in church, bro.
So
church.
if I show you the blue Bible,
The big blue book. I cast all my cares upon
you know it,
you.
bro. You have to.
Saltine.
Salty,
You
yeah.
have
Big
to.
blue book.
It's impossible. You actually have
Donut
to.
Man.
Donut
Man. That one's a bit more like.
We watched that in church, though.
Yeah, I don't know why I don't remember that, but Salty.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
You know when you look at Salty now, he actually looks bare scary.
Yeah, it does still.
He looks so bloody scary.
But yeah, stuff from back in the day looks scary, to be honest.
But yeah, we were talking about kind of like alternative stuff that we used to watch, and like in this day and age, what are there alternatives? What are the alternatives? And then also, as the parent, what's your vibe with your children watching stuff that has like wishes and like people with powers and all of that sort of stuff in it? You have to go on the thingy though.
Yeah, but that should
press the image. Press images.
I've seen this image before.
Press images though. You have to go on the man still.
Oh, when you're saying salty, yeah, bro. If you saw what I actually Google search, bro.
What?
I Google search saltine as in soul.
Saltine. Salty.
God, I was thinking, fam, why would it not look scary?
Mm.
But salty.
And it was
yeah,
alive,
big blue
kind
book.
of.
And they used to sing and stuff like that.
Yeah. Almost like Barney and the kids.
Yeah.
So what's your vibe with like what they watch with like stuff with like wishes and all of that sort of stuff? And then what are some of the alternatives, if there are any alternatives?
See, again, that's something to prepare for in terms of alternatives.
Okay.
In terms of having good alternatives that you've actually vetted as well. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But I think in terms of like the vibe is like, so for example, there's something called like K-pop Demon Hunters or something like that.
I know,
My niece wants to watch that.
Bro,
What
and
is
apparently it's about like I was speaking to some of my bridges about this stuff, parents as well, innit? And I was like, fam, who lets their kids watch this? One of my bridges like, where I messed up, boy, because I
Oh,
did
it's
it.
too late.
Because he does it. He's like, fam, she slaps me, bro. She be singing the songs.
Oh my days.
And basically, like the thing with that, and again, I haven't watched it for myself, innit? But the thing with that is the guys or the storyline is a girl band that are using songs to fight off another boy band that are actual like demons that are trying to basically grab people's souls in it. And I just think even that whole concept
is too much.
it's just like, what are you lot doing? Like shipping this out to like kids that are like 5 years old and all that kind of stuff, bro. Like, why? Do you get what I'm trying to say? So that already is too much of a mature theme, innit? Do you get what I'm trying to say? And not to say that they shouldn't learn that there's a spiritual realm and all that kind of stuff. I'm just saying on that kind of level, it's a bit much gone.
I was gonna say it's so mad because my view is that when you said that, I was thinking, oh, listen, dash that away. But I used to watch Harry Potter when I was younger, like very easily. Like I remember we had this conversation. I also wasn't discouraged by my parents. Like they weren't like, oh my god, this is. And in my house, I watched everything. So I watched Harry Potter. The only reason why I didn't continue is because I didn't enjoy it. So I watched the first time. I was like, oh, it's kind of crap. Didn't watch it. But Sabrina the Teenage Witch, I watched that. Charmed, I watched that. Like it was so all of these things.
But then
one thing
I'd argue is that when you watch Charmed specifically, you had a very clear understanding of
I was
all
younger.
of this is bad.
Yeah, I was younger.
All of this is bad. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, but you know, I was younger. So you're watching it to a degree. Is you do get to a certain stage where you're like, oh, wait, did they say he's a fallen angel? Like,
Bro,
do you know what I mean? But when you're young, there's certain things that you're not deep in.
That's what's quite
What
key
you're
as well.
watching is just action and the relationships,
especially the way that they package it, innit? So that's why stuff like Wishes, something like that. Like you can very innocently watch something that isn't necessarily overtly a mad thing. But there's a wish and there's a genie and there's a spell book. And all that, you know what I mean? Which is witchcraft.
Things like Aladdin.
There was
it's a genie.
Like
Hercules. I used to love Hercules. All of these, they're all gods in that. You know what I mean?
So that's what I'm saying. Sorry, but it's just I'm always, and one thing I do say, and someone might say this is a cop out, but I feel back then as well, even though I used to watch these things and there was still a heavy church culture in my house. Do you get me? Which meant that like
important point.
I'm actually in church a lot. So it's not it's not that I'm just at home on Sundays and then I'm watching these stuff, or that I'm not getting prayer meeting with my mum and dad and I'm watching this. Like there's actually a lot of church things happening. We have to like pray together in the evening sometimes.
And that's what's changed.
The Bible. And I thought, that's what I was about to say. So once that's not there, I'll say you'd have to throw caution to the other side as well.
Yeah, exactly. So I think in terms of, I agree completely. And that was going to be one of my points as well, to be fair. Like in terms of what else are you doing in the other direction in your house as well, innit? But I also watched like one Black Mirror thing, and I don't normally watch Black Mirrors, especially found some of the stuff that you did about. But like there was one Black Mirror episode I watched where this lady was so controlling of her child in it, and it was almost like it got to the next point where she kind of had like an iPad that would show her what this child could see, and then she would just automatically censor certain things. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So then, like, let's say like I'm looking now, my vision will just go blurry because someone who's watching what I'm watching has censored it. And obviously it just got bare, like, obviously you know how Black Mirror is. It just gets bare dark. You get what I'm trying to say? But it did make me think in terms of like, that's not necessarily what I've been called to do. I'm not called to, sorry, take that back. I'm definitely called to make sure that you're not exposed to things that aren't right for your time. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I'm called to obviously preserve your childhood. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But bring you up in the way of the Lord and all that kind of stuff. So when you come with certain things that you're watching, or I hear certain things, so for example, when they were very, very young, I was like, no Halloween, because they would understand no Halloween. Innit? So if you're watching all this Baby Shark and it's the Halloween version, I'm like, no Halloween. So from early, I was just getting them used to a distinction between like, we don't do everything. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And then when it comes to stuff like the K-pop Demon Hunters, or even things like, for example, Roblox. So like Roblox, bro. The amount of stuff that goes on Roblox, bro.
Yeah.
So I don't know actually know this, but I know children
Bro,
love it.
Yeah.
Like you lot just ain't jumping on that, bro. Like it doesn't matter if your cousin, this person, that person. I don't care. You're not jumping on it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And it's like because I know through. It's kind of like, for examples. It's so funny because you mentioned this the other day. Habbo Hotel. Remember people with the ASL,
Yeah,
age 6
yeah,
location, but people will pretend to cheat on
online.
Habbo Hotel.
Yeah,
Do you get what I'm trying to say? So it's mad because we was exposed to it from young. But even then, think about the times that we got to Habbo Hotel. We weren't 5 and 6.
You weren't
Yeah,
proper
you weren't
young.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
secondary
Like we weren't that young, innit?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it's
seven and
exactly
eight.
secondary school. Do you get what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say? So it's like, so not even to say that. Oh yeah, let's wait till you're in secondary school. I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. But I know what it meant being exposed to that early, and then what doors would have been open from there and all that kind of stuff. So if I can preserve that from happening while educating you on why we're not going down that way, and actually, no, do you know what? This is for adults, or this is not, and or actually, no, what they're doing on there is wrong, or this, that, and the other, then I'll have that conversation with you. innit? Do you
So
get it?
certain things is like you censor it to a degree, but certain things
I'll
are
censor
like,
it to a
it's not
degree.
that
There's
bad.
certain things that are less harmful because you're not that attached to it, and that's a big thing as well. So like, if it's the wish thing, yeah, and all you want to watch is shows where there's wishes and fairies and this is that and the other, there's an issue here that we need to address. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because it's about how much you're attached to it as well, innit? But if it's trust me, it's all about discernment. If I'm being honest, if I say that there's a very clear method, like and all that kind of stuff, then I'll be lying. innit? But there is definitely a sense of being alert and aware. Because of that, trying to discern what's right.
Because when we're watching it, it's like it's fun. Like I can imagine a child watching this here, wanting a book to get into the dream, to meet the youth who is the sorcerer of But it's all witchcraft. It's actually all witchcraft.
It's
When you
it's
look at it from
even
an
like,
adult,
when you talk about, for example,
And
talk
I know
about
someone
imaginary
listening
friends.
now,
bro.
we might be sounding so like spiritual, like what this is a child, this is a child's book.
Someone commented. I made a video on it. Someone commented that it's just children. Okay.
It was funny.
But recently,
we go.
Yeah, I
Send
made a video on
them,
it.
send them that there are 1,000 different people that were ex-witches that have told. Oh yeah, they know we did this for children. Look at that. These will folk up immediately and understand that the war is
And you
raging
make it
right
so,
now, bro.
you make it so. Like think about like being young. Wish. Like
Yeah,
a wishes,
wishes,
like
wishes.
it's part of it, bro. It's part of
Start looking
childhood.
up at
The maddest thing is,
shooting star,
Wish you a
bruv.
star, bro.
I used to,
It's
I
part of
used to
it, bro.
take wishes very serious back in the day because they'd be like, "Be careful what you wish for."
Yeah,
because
bro.
I think I watched that
It's
in
all part of it.
something challenging when I was young. Bro. Like, I told me, "Be careful what you wish for," and all that kind of stuff, bro.
And it's so subtle, isn't it? And even when we were talking about core and all of these sorts of things, like these are how these like principles are like seeped in and made normal and stuff like that.
I do think though there is something to say to the fact that I think sometimes when you do expose children to certain things, it makes that thing less of a
woo.
wall.
You
So
have
for
a more
example,
understanding of it.
I think that because my parents let us watch it. So for example, even my sister, the reason I know about the K-pop, my sister was like, my niece came over. She was like, "Oh, she wants to watch this," and then she always gives me a look like she actually does the honest thing bare. So she looks here. She's like, "Can I watch this?" But if you could watch it, you wouldn't ask me.
You know,
Do you know what I mean? So she deliberately asked me, so
100%.
she can say that I've said yes.
Yeah.
So I've said, hold on, let me
You
ask
ask
my
your
sister.
mum.
Do you know what's so funny? What do you not think about this shit? Because quickly, if like my child, I knew they were being cheeky and asking me something, but I actually don't mind giving it to you, so I'll give it to you. But you're looking at me a certain way because you, for some reason, in you feel like this is overindulgent. So, for example, let's say chocolate. For example, can I have chocolate? And they're looking at you like, "Oh, can I have chocolate?" Sort of thing, innit? And I'm like, "Yeah." And like, swear, Like, it kind of like, hey, like, should I give it to you? Because children are bare honest. They can't help it.
Yeah, you risk it. Like, and now you've won your risk, but fair enough. But she asked me. So I was like, let me ask my sister. Because already the name seems mad to me.
Yeah.
But so I got my sister said, no. She's not going to watch that. But this is my sister who I was watching Charmed with.
Yeah.
This is my sister who I was, but it's like, why have we both gone on that side of the spectrum when we both watched pretty much anything we wanted?
I do think things were different though, but yeah, go on.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like sometimes, it's even when it comes to like, I remember I was making a joke with my godson's parents, and I was just like, yeah, he's gonna have his first drink with me. Like, I don't want him to go outside and just think this thing is so sick. It's mid. It's
normal,
like it's whatever.
It's not.
Yeah, you
it's
can,
not a
but
big deal.
it's mid. I don't do the thing where it's like you're so shielded from this thing, that when it's time to show you these things,
Dive
that
head first.
you want to go head first into
Mm.
things. So I do think there's something to say about that. However, I think that's down to also matching personality types
Mm.
of
But
But
kids
you know what
as
it is?
well.
I think back then, yeah, there was so much more of a distinction between good and evil in it. And I think actually, or good and evil, but I think in terms of now, I
Mm.
feel like a lot of these shows, and the reason why there was the whole boycott Netflix and all that kind of stuff, and the reason why it was a mass movement, is like, why are you exposing our young kids to so much of these themes?
Yeah,
They're
So
actually
much
way
adult
before their
films, yeah.
times, and actually a lot of it is very questionable. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
yeah.
Remember the thing I showed you that time on that was going on Prime, yeah?
Mm.
Where it was literally juxtaposing or like literally switching sides between Lucifer and the fallen angels, making them seem like the good guys, and all that, and it's literally a cartoon for kids.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? And it's all like Lilith and this, that, and the
Yeah,
other.
and it had the
boom, boom, boom.
depiction of the angels in it with the different eyes
Bro,
and stuff.
yeah, with the different eyes, which is
Yeah.
it's such a
That's
biblical
peak as well.
depiction,
Yeah, that's peak.
and that
You know
means that
mad as well?
you're trying to desensitize
Bro,
them
you know
from
it is as well.
early.
As a kid, look at it, looks scary.
Yeah.
So you can actually be like, no, look.
But then you put it as a
As a
cartoon.
kid,
Yeah,
and
but
you
as
put,
a
you put that thing as
cartoon
the evil, but that's the angel. Do you get
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
It's
Do you
peak
get-
still. It's
So it's like-
peak. It is peak.
So, bro, like, and
But that's the same thing they done with Charmed. But we didn't clock it too early. That
Mm.
they made the fallen angel was like the good guy. Like he's made a mistake, and he wanted to get with the witch, but like there was bare rules that didn't allow him to get with the witch. But it was like a never ending love story. Like, oh man, just find a
why
way to
can't
be
we-
together. Like, do you get me? But you're a fallen angel. If you're a fallen angel, there's a few fallen angels the Bible tells us about, and it's demons. Do you know what I mean? So it's happened, yeah, but it's just it's bad, it's bad. And I feel like that's why we have to be a bit more aware of things. And probably there's a call to explain more as well.
Yeah,
To
yeah.
have to
that's one
have
of the things I was gonna-
conversations earlier than we might have got them, because now it's too crazy.
I think by the time when we
But
were young,
it-
we had the whole like there was no conversation.
There's no
It's like, you
conversation.
just don't watch it.
You just don't watch it, yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely a balance to be caught in it, because there's certain things that their friends are going to be talking about.
Yeah,
or whatever.
definitely.
Yeah.
But it's funny, because that being said, actually, I remember my talk one time, like, she was talking about like the boo-boos.
I don't know. So.
Yeah, those things on bags.
Yeah, and all that kind of stuff. And obviously, you know that there's a very sinister background to it,
I
innit?
didn't even know that.
Oh yeah, so they actually apparently like made after like an actual demon. And
You said those
like
things
that,
on
all that kind of
bags.
stuff.
Oh, is it like accessories?
It's like
Yeah,
it's like a
yeah.
teddy basically,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's got like a sinister face and that sort of
Okay,
thing in it. It's funny that you ain't even heard about this part of it. Then, to be fair, because I thought like it was quite big for a while, and then it just died down. But then it's funny because one of her friends was talking about it in school, whatever it is, in it. And then like literally the next day, she's come home from school. She's like, "Oh, are the boo-boos bad or not?" Like, and I'm like, "Yeah, like because the person that made it was kind of like made it after something that's bad, and this is that and the other. So you don't need to be like playing around with all that kind of stuff." And then she's gone back to school, and she's obviously told them and all that kind of stuff. And then one of her other friends has heard, but that person's what her friend has heard has been so much more explicit. So she's talking about how like because bro, like there's, and this you're not gonna start saying this is cap, but listen, people have gone to bed, yeah. People have gone to bed, yeah, with the labubu in their bed and woken up with like scratch marks and this is that and the other, innit? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't get twisted in it, like boy.
They go with it in bed.
No, it's a teddy bear, innit?
Oh, as in children have gone to bed with it.
Children, adults, because it's a fashionable adult thing accessory
is
as
it?
well.
Oh,
innit?
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
like, I think there was a video where Pogba had bare different colours of them.
Is it?
and
What's it called? Labubu.
Yeah, if you type it in, you see it still. And then and one of her friends had been told that, and so she's come to school and starts saying, yeah, da, da, da. And then they started doing the thing where they run around saying, oh, Labubu, like, to scare people. So I remember my daughter's come home and she's like, no, like, they're really bad, isn't it? Like, da, 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 and all that kind of stuff, yeah. But with all this extra stuff, and now it's kind of scaring her, innit? I'm just like, bro, like, flipping it, man.
Do you know how to teach kids as well?
Aye,
You
that's
actually
so
go back to
funny.
school and report.
Because they're gonna run around.
You know that?
Yeah, bro, too funny, man. But it's just, again, that was another lesson in terms of, nah, you really got to protect these lots.
Yeah,
man.
you have
know what I'm
to.
say, because and the way that things can scare them, like it's deeper than rap. It almost becomes like very spiritual, and then it's the same thing with like imaginary friends, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Fam, which imaginary friend?
Yeah.
It's just like, even though when I thought like, fam, I felt like I was young, whatever it is, I never had an imaginary friend, but my imagination was wild.
Yeah, same.
I can imagine anything going on right now.
Yeah.
I could go to a different place right now.
Yeah,
Tell me
bro.
to do it, I'll do it right now.
My mind was so active. My mind was
Bro,
so, even
crazy.
like watching cartoons before bed, yeah, bro. It's like I could see them. It's like my mind was
Yeah.
actually so active, yeah. I was like, yeah, no. That's how, bro. That's how your man was mingling with the spiritual. That
Yeah,
stuff.
Yeah,
yeah.
the veil was
And they
know
know,
what
slowly.
you know,
bro,
is what they
fam.
know what they're doing. Like
Yeah,
the,
they
the
do.
powers that be are intentionally like it's not
Yeah, I
like
do think
yeah.
so.
it's deliberately doing that to
Yeah.
blur the
But I
lines,
think
to put certain things in. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
without making it a grey area and leaving it on a grey area, yeah, I think there's certain things that are just clearly black and white.
Yeah,
like we spoke
yeah,
about the thing on
yeah.
Prime where it's literally just like switching positions in terms of
Yeah.
the demons, fallen angels, and real angels.
Yeah.
And then stuff where it's like, okay, cool, like this is just too much of a mature theme. So sometimes I think another thing that kids do a lot now is like they watch other kids playing.
Oh,
Aye.
Do you get?
They
do they?
literally
Yeah,
bang
but
it.
then if one of them's moving hella sassy and XYZ,
Yeah,
bro, turn that off, man. Same way you ain't watching Peppa Pig, you're not watching that.
Sorry, this is such a diversion, yeah, and I'm going to wrap this up in 2 minutes, yeah. But I was chatting to a couple of my friends the other day, my missus and a couple of her friends actually, mainly her friends actually, and we were talking about people's reactions. So have you not seen like, you know, kids when you give them a gift and they start crying like, oh my god, you can't.
Yeah,
I was basically saying that. Listen,
they've learned it.
bare things are learnt.
Yeah,
And they were arguing that nah, like it's in that crying is innate. Like boom, I said, listen, I'm telling you, yeah, so many things that we do is learnt.
yeah.
The way we react to things at time is learnt.
You can even see it in babies. Sometimes
The way we cry
like,
is learnt.
like when a baby's gone past the stage where all they do is kind of like cry every time something's wrong and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, like when they like see someone crying, yeah, like they actually look at them like. You know what I'm saying? Like they started a little bit.
Or the children wait for your reaction to see like what reaction do I give to something like this.
Yeah,
If
I think both are true though.
No, but my thing is that I said I won't say cry.
Crying itself isn't.
You mean
like,
the way the specific?
you don't
way
learn
that
to
they
cry. You just cry in it.
Yeah, but I was like, crying is not an emotion. So
Yeah,
because it's an expression, we have to have learned it to a degree. I'm not saying the feeling.
Learn what?
So for example, yeah, like
learn to cry in certain situations.
learn to cry in a certain way.
in a certain situation, I think that's what we've
Do
learned.
you get me? We've learned because otherwise it's like, how would we know? Because if you go into society and you've never seen anyone cry, I don't think you would cry. So, and when I say cry, I don't mean tears won't leave your eyes, because when we cry, like when we say cry, there's a certain way. But if you're in a society, that, and this is the way I think about life here, but if you went to the mountain somewhere,
like Hunger Games,
and they did not, and you've never seen anyone cry, and you've grown up, the way you would, and let's say when they fell down,
I don't think you can never see anyone.
they hit the ground.
he's trying to give you like a secluded.
But he went,
example.
and when they were angry, they hit the ground. When they were sad, they jumped in the air, like they grabbed things, and like that's what you will do. I don't think you will start bawling on the floor.
Yeah, you would definitely conform.
You'll conform.
No,
Like,
I don't think to crying. I think to the way that you cry.
Yeah. So I'm.
So
that's what I said. I don't think
the way you cry.
Tears can leave, but even I don't think we realize how deeply embedded that the way we do things. Because when you're talking about crying, it's synonymous with the way we cry. We're not separating it, because in a different world, crying could mean something different. It could look completely different. But let me not go down that route. Trust me. The way I think about things, it's
I'm on that blank slate thing. Do you know that it's what was it in sociology, social learning theory or something, like, where it's like we're born a blank slate, and then society writes on the blank slate basically, innit? But then you have people that are like, they have they have another theory whereby it's kind of like there is the blank slate, but then there's also things that are innate.
And I agree. There's things that are innate. I agree, because I think with kids as well, there's gifts that are given to kids from young, or there's things that are passed down. So I agree with that, but don't worry about it.
I think crying is innate in terms of actually just crying. Yeah. But I think what I agree that is learned is crying in certain scenarios, or how you respond to certain scenarios. Oh, you get a gift that you really like. You're like, how do you know to say, oh, I really love it? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like,
some of those videos are so funny.
Do you get what I'm trying to say though? Like, how do you really know to say that? And that's not to say
for me.
That's not to say that someone can't do that randomly, innit? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, but I feel more generally it's learned.
I definitely think the crying is not an emotion thing, because bare people think crying is an emotion.
Yeah, crying is not.
It's actually just not. Like, it's a reaction.
The funny thing is, I feel like I know when you learned that.
What,
As
'cause
in
I
not
started
to
saying
say
it
that.
bare.
You started saying it.
I started saying it
He's like,
bare, fam. It's not an emotion, it's a
Crying's
reaction.
not an emotion. Like, it's
you know it is,
it's a
you know that
reaction
I'm
to
seeing-
emotion.
I'm
That
seeing
is-
bare. I'm seeing like
Dude, so
bare,
much
like,
good, bro.
oh, the man them aren't emotional. The man them aren't emotional. The man them aren't emotional. But you're actually just talking. You're literally just talking about crying
Yeah.
and crying about something very
Yeah.
specific.
And I hate.
Because you don't cry, it doesn't
But
mean
then
you don't
I
feel
guess
that
with the
emotion.
man thing is you don't express yourself.
Yeah, that's the
Is
which is
another
separate.
thing,
Yeah,
innit?
And you know
which
what
is different.
And one thing I hate as well is when people say they're bare emotional, yeah, so that's why they bug out.
Yeah,
Fam, you're not bare emotional because you never said I love you before.
yeah. You're just better of one thing.
You're bare one thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's still
You've never-
emotional though.
No, but you're not. No, you're not. You're
Emotion
Anger-
would be
anger is
like
an
a very-
emotion,
but
though.
it'd
no,
be a
no,
very
then you're angry.
yeah. You're
No,
very
you're
angry.
very angry.
Emotional. Yeah, you're
No,
angry. You're very
and then-
angry.
No. So look.
You're
so
not emotional.
I'm very angry, but anger is an emotion, so I'm very emotional.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
You're not emotional. You are angry. Let's put it that way. Or you're very stubborn. Like, don't say you're emotional because
It's stubborn
you-
in emotions.
yeah, maybe not.
Are you-
I don't think it is. Yeah,
But if you're that thing,
yeah. I know what you mean.
you're that thing because you're not the other side. You know, there's certain people that I know, yeah, like, and they're actually emotional in that, like, they can get so angry, but they're also so like, I love you, like, do you get me? They're so pouring out, like, they're emotional the way
It's
that
a
they
mixture,
do
yeah.
things. Everything,
Is love an emotion? Is it a verb? Is it a deal word?
whatever, man. That was good. That was
That's
really
good
nice.
design.
Man. That was really nice.
Hey,
But yeah, but when people do that, it's so annoying, man. But,
hey,
but
what
good.
is? Nah,
Fam, don't,
what
man.
is,
Don't.
yeah?
It's all right, man. It's all right.
what is grief if it's not love persisting?
What? Alright, man.
Aye.
And on that note, hey,
Listen,
we just saw that. We say we recently
you
just
don't
saw
feel that? Aye, you lot. Aye, I'm
Nah,
gonna say that to you lot off camera, bro.
that. No,
You lot need to-
no. When did you see that?
What
though?
is
this week?
I saw, bro? Do you know what it is? You know Yola. She had an interview with someone and she
Yeah.
asked them, "What's
Yeah,
your
her
favorite
questions are
thing?" Yeah,
2P.
Yeah.
she's like, "What's like one of your favorite sayings or whatever it is of one of these screenplays or whatever?" and she gave an example, and that was the example. And he was
Yeah.
like, "It's funny because that's
my
this is
favorite
actually-
saying.
That's my favorite saying."
LeBron family.
Yeah, that's my favorite saying.
That's my favorite saying. Bloody
Oh
hell.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
No, but I felt like it was being genuine in it. But after like doing the whole like laugh about it or whatever, I just thought about it and I felt, frick,
No, it's true.
what is grief if not love persisting? And I think it's even from Marvel or something like that.
I don't know, but I've seen it a few times. So I don't know.
Seen what?
That quote.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, so then, fair enough. But yeah, it's a very good quote still.
Yes.
And it kind of rearranges how you then speak to someone who is grieving.
True.
But yeah, food for thought, guys, man.
Hey.
Think about it.
Whatever, man.
Think boy.
Yeah. Love every single time.
Yeah, man. Love.